5, B008, parentheses 9, B022, parentheses 23, section 1, C039, parentheses 155, and C056, parentheses 172 of the laws of this Grand Council, and we find that his actions were proper and within his discretion. Dispensation to temporarily assemble in another location, same town. One dispensation was requested and granted by the Grand Master, and again, you can consult his report if you want specifics. And we find that this action was in accordance with the Constitution of the Grand Council and Article C-038, parentheses 154, C-056, parentheses 172 of the laws of the Grand Council, and we find his action in this regard to be proper and within his discretion. Dispensation to hold a special assembly to ballot on petitions. In providing dispensation to various councils listed in his report to hold a special assembly to ballot on petitions, the actions of the most illustrious Grand Master were in accordance with Articles C-053, parentheses 169 of the laws of this Grand Council, and we find his actions in this regard to be proper and within his discretionary authority. Dispensation for new council under dispensation. On August 15th, 2020, the most illustrious Grand Master granted dispensation to Robert Morris Elgin Council be set to work under dispensation. This dispensation was granted in accordance with Article 8, Section 2 of the Constitution of the Grand Council and Articles B008, parentheses 9, B010, parentheses 11, and C010, parentheses 127, and we find his action in this regard to be proper and within his discretion. Dispensations to elect and or install officers out of time. 10 requests were received by the Grand Master to elect and or install officers out of time. These dispensations were each granted in accordance with Article 3, Article 7, Section 1, as well as C079, parentheses 172, and or C085, parentheses 181 of the laws of the Grand Council, and we find his action to be proper and within his discretion. Dispensation denied. On October 20th, 2020, the most illustrious Grand Master denied dispensation to a subordinate council that requested to hold a stated meeting on Zoom. Had this been granted, this would have been in violation of Article 3, Article 7, Section 1 of the Constitution of the Grand Council, as well as Sections C-079, parentheses 172. Excuse me, I was reading the wrong part. Had this dispensation been granted, it would have been in violation of Article C-056, parentheses 172 of the laws of the Grand Council, and we agree with his denial of this dispensation. Most illustrious Grand Master, I move this portion of the report on the Committee on Jurisprudence be adopted.
Companions, we have a motion and a second for the adoption of this portion of the Jurisprudence Committee report. All in favor, vote by the usual voting sign among Masons. Down hands, opposed, same sign. So moved.
Congratulations, most illustrious. Your decisions were legal.
Well,
Grand Master's decisions 1 through 4. Upon review of the Grand Master's decisions 1 through 4 as reported on in the Grand Master's annual report, we find that these decisions are in accordance with the Constitution and laws of the most illustrious Grand Council of Royal and Select Masters of Texas, and the committee recommends approval of these decisions. Most illustrious Grand Master, I move this portion of the report of the Committee on Jurisprudence be adopted.
Companions, we have a motion and a second for the adoption of this portion of the Jurisprudence Committee report. All in favor, vote by the usual voting sign among Masons. Down hands, opposed, same sign. So moved.
Proposed resolutions referred to this committee. Proposed resolutions 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 were referred to this committee only as to whether such resolutions were in proper legal form and not inconsistent with the Constitution and laws of the Grand Council of Royal and Select Masters of Texas. We have already reported on resolutions 4, 6, 7, and 8. Therefore, we will take up resolution 5, and I yield to the proposer of resolution number 5 at this time.
Most illustrious Grand Master, right illustrious Grand Officers, very illustrious past Grand Masters, and companions all, my name is Billy Hamilton, and I am a past thrice illustrious Master of Texas Council number 321, and I move for the adoption of resolution number 5 at this time.
Go ahead. I will now call on the chairman of the Jurisprudence Committee.
Most illustrious Grand Master, again, I am Charles Maddox, and again, I am a past master of Austin Council number 2 in Austin, Texas, one of the original councils of the most puissant Grand Council of the of Texas.
You are correct.
Your Committee on Jurisprudence finds the resolution as currently written is inconsistent with Article B-067, parentheses 6-4, which allows the Committee on Jurisprudence up to 10 days after the close of the Grand Council to report any changes to the Grand Council body of laws to the Grand Recorder. Your Committee on Jurisprudence recommends the resolution number 5 be adopted with the following amendments. If you turn to resolution number 5 in your books, which I believe is on page 10, it will be the same as was reported on previously by omitting the word immediately and replacing immediately with the phrase without undue delay. So it would read, the Grand Recorder shall ensure that print and digital formats of the Constitution and laws of the Grand Council of Royal and Select Masters of Texas are prepared without undue delay following the annual Grand Assembly with all relevant companions and constituent councils of Texas for a nominal fee as the Grand Council may from time to time determine. And I move for the adoption of this amendment.
Okay, companions, we have a motion and a second for the amendment. Is there any discussion on the amendment?
Most illustrious Grand Master, I'm still Billy Hamilton, past thrice illustrious master of Texas Council number 321, and I support the amendment.
Okay, companions, we are now going to vote on the amendment to resolution number 5. All in favor, vote by the usual voting sign among Masons. Down, hands opposed, same sign. So moved.
Most illustrious Grand Master, again, I am Charles Maddox, and again, I am a past master of Austin Council number 2, and as chairman of the Committee on Jurisprudence, the committee now recommends adoption of this amended resolution. We find that the amended resolution does not conflict with any of the laws of the Grand Council, and we find it to be now in proper legal form. Most illustrious, I will yield to the committee to the chairman of the Committee on Purposes and Policies for his report.
Most illustrious Grand Master, right illustrious, very illustrious sirs and companions, I am Jim Rumsey, a past thrice illustrious master of Longview Council number 116 and chairman of your Committee on Purposes and Policies. Resolution number 5 was jointly referred to the Committee on Purposes and Policies and the Committee on Jurisprudence. The Committee on Purposes and Policies is in agreement with the Committee on Jurisprudence regarding resolution number 5 and finds that the amendment to resolution number 5 does not conflict with any policy of this Grand Council, and thereby recommends that resolution number 5 be adopted as amended.
Okay, companions, we have a motion and a second for the adoption of resolution number 5 as amended. Is there any discussion? If not, we will call on the closer.
Most illustrious Grand Master, I'm still Billy Hamilton, past thrice illustrious master of Texas Council number 321, and I move for the adoption of the resolution as amended.
Companions, we are now taking the vote on resolution number 5 as amended. All in favor, vote by the usual voting sign among Masons. Down, hands opposed, same sign. So moved.
Most illustrious Grand Master, as you probably can guess, I am Charles Maddox. I'm a past master of Austin Council number 2, and I am still the chairman of the Committee on Cryptic Jurisprudence. The final resolution that was referred to us was resolution number 8, as that resolution has now been withdrawn. The committee's recommendation is now moot and will not be provided at this time. That concludes this portion of the report of the Committee on Jurisprudence. And most illustrious Grand Master, I move for the adoption of this portion of the report.
Companions, we have a motion and a second to adopt the this portion of the Jurisprudence Committee report.